Right now, there is a very real panic ripping through the business world. Companies scramble to adopt the latest artificial intelligence trend, terrified that if they blink, they'll be buried alive by competitors who figured it out first. But if you talk to someone who actually builds these systems, like an engineer who started a machine learning company way back in 2011, you hear a completely different story. From the perspective of someone who has survived 3 separate artificial intelligence hype cycles, the anxiety over keeping up with the bleeding edge is completely misplaced. Businesses fall behind when they look at the wrong end of the timeline, obsessing over future breakthroughs while ignoring the actionable present. Consider a thought experiment. What would happen if all AI research instantly stopped today? No new models, no new breakthroughs, just a hard freeze on the technology we currently have. This chart visualizes that scenario. A sharply rising top line represents modern AI capability, while a nearly flat bottom line shows actual business adoption. The massive empty space between them holds 10 years of raw build-out, requiring absolutely zero new inventions. The most effective path forward for a company is the aggressive deployment of the technology currently sitting on the shelf. To understand why companies struggle to adopt these tools, we have to rewind to the years leading up to 2011, when the foundation for this bottleneck was laid. This was the peak of the big data boom. Companies were finally capable of collecting massive, sprawling datasets. Storage was cheap, tracking was everywhere, but they had absolutely no idea how to extract any value from what they were hoarding. Early machine learning provided the first actual solution to that mess. By acting as a predictive lens, algorithms could organize that chaotic raw data to forecast business trends and optimize decisions. But executing this in 2011 required heavy lifting. You had to build a specialist, a bespoke, highly customized algorithm constructed entirely from scratch, trained slowly on labeled data, and designed to perform exactly one highly specific task. These specialized models delivered real results, but they also created a lasting psychological trap. They trained an entire generation of executives to assume that utilizing AI requires complex, expensive, and hyper-customized engineering. Over the last decade, the hardware scaling up behind these systems revealed a completely different reality: the overwhelming dominance of the off-the-shelf generalist model. Instead of hard-coding mechanical rules, engineers fed generic data into massive generalized networks, letting computing power sort the patterns. This exposed a flaw. Specialized algorithms plateaued or broke down entirely on modern hardware. Meanwhile, broad pre-trained models completely overtook bespoke systems by huge margins. Because the general model learns and adapts through sustained, broad usage, it naturally avoids overfitting, the common failure where an algorithm becomes so specialized to its training data that it fails in the real world. Yet, even with this proven track record, companies are still throwing away time and money trying to engineer narrow, specialized models from scratch. The technical arms race for most companies is effectively over. The winning strategy is to stop building bespoke algorithms and start applying existing, broad generalist models to your everyday workflows. Which brings us back to the panic of today. The major error plaguing modern strategy is an absolute obsession with creating new AI tools rather than focusing on the actual problems that need solving. People force absurdly complex generative AI into workflows where older machine learning algorithms or simple Python scripts would execute the task faster and cheaper. It distracts from a basic rule of business that survives every technology cycle. Success comes from an obsessive focus on the customer's desired outcome. When implementing a pre-built general model, companies instantly free up massive capital and valuable engineering time. That bandwidth can immediately pivot straight into delivering customer value. This adoption gap serves as a 10-year roadmap, marking the path for a decade of systematic implementation using tools that already exist. Victory belongs to the teams that pick up today's basic tools and get to work filling that 10-year void.